The art market is entering its sixth year of a boom. Is it going to last?
Markets always go up and down, and there's nothing about our business which is in a bell jar. We respond to the economic conditions around us. At present, our business is unbelievably strong.
So the crisis we're seeing in Wall Street and London isn't going to have an impact?
You're seeing parts of the world enjoying enormous growth and struggling in many ways to contain their growth, and other parts of the world, like the US, that are really suffering under the credit crunch and a real lack of confidence and certainty about future times.
Where are the buyers right now?
The traditional base of demand in our business is from the areas that have been of greatest wealth creation over the last 100 years. That's the US and Western Europe. Now you see growing demand out of the Gulf, out of Russia and China. The Russian works of art market has shifted dramatically from a very small business 4 or 5 years ago, when we were selling literally less than $15 million a year. This year we'll sell probably over $200 million worth of Russian art. You're also seeing hundreds of millions of dollars on an annual basis in the amount of contemporary Chinese art which is being bought increasingly by Chinese people.
To what extent now are you helping to finance the purchases of art?
To our knowledge, the marketplace is almost completely unlevered. People who are buying works of art have the money to spend, wish to spend it, and within 30, 60 or 90 days after auction typically have deposited those full sums into our account.
Are the people who are buying these works of art, the super rich, largely unaffected by the economic travails we're seeing?
If you're very, very wealthy, the demand at the top end of the market is something that to date we've seen absolutely no limitation or encumbrance or resistance on.
Last November, when you failed to sell a single Van Gogh, your share price fell very sharply and hasn't really recovered since. Did that surprise you?
The depth of the reaction to the lack of sale of one picture was clearly not really about that picture. It was about a much broader bundle of issues that spoke to what the future will bring. We, like every other public company, don't trade according to this week's results. We trade according to what people expect and project about the future. So far, we've been pretty remarkable and confounded virtually all watchers of this marketplace.
Are you pulling back on seller guarantees?
We went public with a reduction in our aggregate guarantee portfolio starting with the first of the year. The maximum portfolio of guarantees that we would have taken on last year was as much as $500 million. We took our guarantee portfolio cap down in the first quarter of this year to $350 million. We never reached that level in the first half of the year. Last year's guarantees represented somewhere between 18 and 20% of our total sales volume. So far this year, they are meaningfully lower percentage of our business than that.
And what motivated that pullback?
Managing risk, uncertainty as to what kind of demand there would be, or how to price individual pictures. In most of the markets that we trade in, there are 4 to 6 open windows a year, so the objects that we sell in many key markets only trade for 6 or 8 days a year.
What was the response of sellers to your move?
Oh, I think that some sellers are fascinated and love the idea of a guarantee or a collar. They tend to have to pay quite a lot over and above that collar when something does well. In other words, if you have an object which we guarantee $10 on, that typically means we earn 25 to 30% less of every dollar over and above that amount in the auction room, in addition to our buyer's premium.
What other big trends are you seeing?
I think that the fascination with really the greatest objects that we handle is something that's really accelerated. In other words, the difference between a very good object and an extraordinary object has widened. So for the things that are the sine qua non, the greatest objects that the marketplace offers are something that's becoming enormously coveted.
A sort of winner-takes-all phenomenon.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you very much.